Hmm. Oh. Yes!
Alright. Do I want Firestarter or Whelps? Let me take it with Firestarter. Need a bit of Pyrogel to work with. Haven't played Wildington in a while. Let's remember how to do it. So I got Guildmonger, Snotty Whelps, and Steel Enhancers. This is a really good starting set, actually. I like all of these cards. Priory's Cloak or Hellheart. I'll go with Priory's Cloak, I think. I don't have a healing effect right now. We've got the Flesh Weaver and Kale. And then Savagery Seraph. Okay. So we've got Spiked Fleshlings, Vampire Kale. Vampire Kale is going to be really friggin' dangerous, as it always is. I think the Priory's Cloak is easier to work with, even though I don't have a synergy for it right now. Oh, right, they changed this out. So his ability is Needle Bloom. You can get the 3 Sting spells on demand. He does incant stuff. And then the Sweep, Ply, Rooted. Let me go Thorn Lord since they've changed it up, and I do think it's probably my better option at the moment. I can take a Pyre Dampener with these cards, that's fine. So I think all we really care about this fight is play a Guildmonger bottom floor, make sure it dies. Wildington is probably meant to be top floor for best scaling, even though we're against a Stryle. I want to deal with these lurking miscreants. Yeah, I'll deal with both of those. We'll lose the Snotty Whelp on the spikes. Yeah, spikes are going to be a pain here. This. Yeah, give me some stings. I'm going to throw them out for incants for now. Bring Spear Steward on. I think Steel Enhancer with Wildington, Incant Wildington, seems kind of fun. I want to take more damage while I'm on Malachus Fire. Although this unit at the top floor is going to be leaked through at this point. That'll close the gap. We're going to have to fight with a non-sapped Astrile, so I need to make sure we're pretty good on the top floor. Well, that'll give us a lot of card draw. Give you a little bit of Fire Gel. So, with our health being at almost 50... Not quite there. I think that's just 1 Pyre hit. Maybe 2. So we're taking up to 14 damage. So I could have played that a little better. Oh, man. His health got down to 4. We were really, really close. Okay, let me see. We have a non-consumable Wildwood Sap. That's maybe kind of interesting. The Permafrost Focused Growth is kind of good. This is probably really great because I have Priory's Cloak. I'll take it. I can grab an Alchemy with 1 point of discount on it. Let me do that. Because my current Dragon's Horde generation is not good enough to bother with. But we get Alchemy rolling, we might be good. I think I want Awoken banners more than Pyreborn banners. So I think Awoken units are usually just better units. Gets me Magic here, Steel here. Cozy with that. Shattered Shell, Animus of Will. Well, I'm going to take the Shattered Shell. It's likely to make me a lot more comfortable on Kale. And I do have something to stand in front of him. Another Consume remove. We could remove the Consume on Alchemy, but I think that's, like, probably going too far. I like a Surgestone Firestarter. What if I Permafrost the Alchemy instead to take down 1 cost? So, if I Permafrost the Alchemy and I get rid of the Guildmonger, we're getting 3 Horde per fight. So the end of this fight will be at 4 Horde, if I get it correct. 4 Horde gets me a Pyroborn artifact. 6 Horde's a good target, so we'll take 1 payout at 4, and then from then on, we're paying out every other ring, by the looks of things. And if I take the consume off of it, then we're going to be trying to play it more times, and then possibly, like, duplicating it or something. So we'll be going for, like, much bigger payouts. But it's dicey. Let me try it since it's offered. Like, I think you can only ignore so many options the game presents you with before you are losing. And with root seeds, we do have, like, a kind of... Why did I buy that instead of the Ember Stone? Being dumb. I could have bought the Ember Stone and a card remove. I'll take it. With the sweep unit, I think we're pretty safe here. We're going to need to get this guy quick. Let's see. I think I have to build Wild into the top. In case any of these guys get through. But I don't think they really can. Yeah, I think I use Sneak and Brute Seeds to pull through for Alchemy. And we just play around that and hope we can get all the way through. Fire starter. Yeah, bring out the Snotty Whelps here, and that helps me set up on kills and some other guys. I just want to keep my draws high to see if I can get multiple draws of the Alchemy. Guaranteed to draw Alchemy this turn. We have the possibility of getting it next turn, I think. We're losing the Guildmonger as planned. So, yeah, we're reshuffling out of 20 cards, drawing 6. If I can get the Alchemy again and play it, we'll get a 6 payoff. There it is. Okay, let's see. I want to save a Jelly Sneeze for Elibor. Anything I can play in front of this is probably good. Let's see. Can't really make use of the Focused Growth. Yeah, I play this, and it just means I get 1 attack on the Spearman, which does make that line weaker. We want to hold Needle Bloom, I think, until Elibor hits top 4, and it's going to help us get through some of the shields. It might just eat spell shields, but the life we live sometimes. Okay. So Jelly Sneeze. And I think I'm just fire startering him 3 times. And it's going to make him much easier to kill on the top 4. If I could draw my other Whelp, that'd be cool too. Awesome. Whelp, Jelly Sneeze beats you. And then I had a bunch of other stuff that I could go into if I needed to. It's pretty good. Honestly, the Whelps are a huge amount of output in a fight like that. Okay, so we can have a Razor Sharp Edge with a Holy Stone on it. Invigorating Solution doesn't do much when I already have a bunch of Root Seeds and other things. Let me take the Razor Sharp. Just a little healing is good. I don't hate this Golden Touch. This Endless Snotty Whelp. That feels like some sleeper value. I actually think this is way better than one might think. It's good with Shale Shell, too. So, I don't know if it's Shale Shell or Hidden Coffers here. Really depends on how good we are at drawing through our deck. The other thing worth noting is the Medallion of Superiority can help our Shattered Shell get up to the attack value it needs to be at. He only really needs to be at 30 for Kale at a baseline. I can help out in a couple other ways. I'm going to take the Shale Shell here. Lost luggage is cool. It's going to help me in a couple ways. I need more energy. I think it's the Merchant of Steel. I would like upgrades for the Guildmonger. Optimal upgrade for him is always endless. I need upgrades for the Shattered Shell, too. That's an even bigger priority. Titan Stone. We can get Speed Stone on the Shattered Shell. Oh, man. This Wilting Sapwood is a little hard to play, but we can play him on the second floor. If I find a Smidge Stone for him, he actually turns into something good. Without the Smidge Stone, he's pretty bad. I'm gonna get a little bit of health on that. I cannot really afford a reroll. We need some card purges. I need to drop both of my Shield Stewards ASAP. So adding the Wilting Sapwood makes those guys obsolete. Is there a case for the Greed Stone? No, I don't think so. Oh, this is a funny new event they added. You can give up your champion to get every boss relic. Could we cook with this? These guys are pretty good. This is okay. How much of a game plan do we actually have right now? How much do we need this guy? He's a stat brick. The stings don't matter. The incant is okay. Like, to be real, I think we're mostly playing on alchemy. And I think we could make the Wilting Sapwood be our unofficial champion. It was like a 20/100 stat block. Feels like it could be artificial champion territory. And I really want to see what this is like. Goodbye. We're not playing with you today. The Shardsoul flares to life. Its radiance floods the entire train. You steal your resolve and surrender your soul. You do not know how long your soul will be imprisoned within the Shardsoul, but you've emerged from it once before. Hopefully you will again. On to the Flesh Weaver. So this is going to be crazy in terms of resources that we have. Yeah, this is the deployment. Okay, so this is the funny thing about this Snotty Whelp. He's going to show up every turn and, like, jelly sneeze the boss, no matter where the boss is. And we're going to throw a lot of buffs on the Wilting Sapwood, too. Let's see. I have train space very early on that I'm not accustomed to having. I need to be careful about not bringing out too many of these guys. Oh, wait. How did... Oh, that's interesting on timing. Okay, so the Snotty Whelp dealt 1 damage to the Flesh Weaver, which spawned a unit, and then the unit took the 12 Pyre Gel and not the boss. That's a little unintuitive. I'm going to throw that feedback into the, onto the Discord later. Let me make a note of that, because I will totally forget. That's, like, it's gonna fall out of my mind by the time I'm done with the stream. I can't write there. That's my Blueprints notes. Jelly Sneeze. Flesh Weaver. Weird. Okay. I mean, I understand why the unit has to apply that sequentially, otherwise its own Pyre Gel would apply to the 1 damage it's about to do, which feels unintentional, but they need to change that anyway. Just like, make it simultaneous or make the Pyre Gel track. This is a new interaction, it's a new, like, boss. Okay, so I'm just gonna throw you out here. Keep doing work. Do this. Get out some damage with that. I'm gonna keep fire startering the boss all the time. Focus on this. So we've got this flagellant getting through. Yeah, it's weird. It's cool though. Alright. I think I want to bring out Snotty Whelps on this floor. And this guy's going to get through for 11 damage on fire, and I don't seem to have a fix for it. Actually, I can bring in some stuff. So clearly we've got a 50 damage hit taking that out, and then the flagellant is just however much damage we can put out. Yeah, I don't see a way of going further on that. Yeah, it really should just, like, the Jelly Sneeze should hit the guy that it hits, and that should just work. Like, I don't think I want to be thinking about it more than that. So whatever they have to change to make it work that way. Our health is pretty low. Okay, we're losing the Guildmonger here. I don't have space for another Spear Steward back there. If I bring him out here, he dies. I can play him here, though. Okay, that's good. How are we doing on the Flesh Weaver's mass? He's got 3 mass left. Really got a lot of guys in the way that are preventing me from reducing his mass. It has been a bummer. Save that for the next round when the Flesh Weaver comes alive. And actually focus growth, detonate you. I should have thought of that before I played out the Jelly Sneeze. But oh well. There. Gets him down to 1 mass. At 1 mass, there's basically no way he beats this unit at the top of the train. So I can drop this Calcified Ember too. No space for another Whelp there. Bringing these guys here. Funnily enough, we can do this. That's kind of Goof Troop, and I don't know if it helps us, but it was funny. Cool, looks like I get another Alchemy play. Going to 5. Let's see, we have 3 cards overdrawn. There's a loose chance we'll be able to play that Alchemy again. Found it. And then we can heal up 1 and drop one of those. I guess the 1 healing doesn't matter so much there, but that was cool. Alright, Rail Spike, Unleash, or Channel Song. Is there a way we can guarantee the Channel Song onto our Endless Snotty Whelp? We might be able to do that. Unleash the Wildwood is pretty good. The Rail Spike is pretty good. I think the Rail Spike feeds our non-consuming alchemy very well, and it's also really synergistic with Root Seeds. I'm gonna take that. This looks like it's probably either the Miser or the Zealot. It's funny to have 2 sweepers, and we have the space for it, especially because it's a Smidge Zealot. Yeah, I mean, I think I can get out 2 sweepers with a tank. I can always move some things around to compensate for it, but I think this is good. Alright, so this is a big question because I have a Shardsoul, and now I don't know what I need anymore. I feel like we scale hardest with energy because we've got a ton of card draw and decent space. And then we loot. Let's see. Fire's Breath is okay because we've got 3 Whelps. Sizzling Firecracker is pretty bad. I think Sizzling Firecracker is obviously bad. So the question is, can we ever, like, go crazy on hidden coffers? I don't think we're looking to do that right now, but there's, like, a chance. Let me send on it, because I don't think the other one is the difference between win and loss. Sketches seems good, because it's going to help me bring out my whelps. And if I get a whelp in the wrong place, I can get rid of it with Firestarter. So that's cool. I want a Pyre Remains, but I also want a Merchant of Trinkets, don't I? What spells can I have? I can upgrade the Awoken's Rail Spike. Maybe the Razor Sharp Edge. If I get, like, Spell Chain on this, I can heal myself more. That would be nice. I do like more units as well, because Sketches helps me deploy units faster. And I've got 8 deployment energy. What am I doing with 8 deployment energy? That's a good question. So, Guildmonger, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I actually have a free deployment energy right now. And I do really want the Fire Health. I mean, do I want 2 Zealots? These guys do feel like they scale with each other, right? So what does that make my bottom floor? Is that like... So I've got 1 space for this Zealot, and then the Shattered Shell for 3 spaces. I could actually play the Wilting Sapwood bottom floor with 2 sweepers behind him. And that's pretty okay. I just need to find a way to out my Guildmonger. And that's with my current size. I don't have a real way of playing the Greed Dragon. I think it's normal for the Greed Dragon. I feel like it's the Zealot, because I just think this is a better unit. I mean, he's a rarer unit, so that tracks. Oh, right! I clicked it on Reflex! Oh, okay, let me see. I like one of these. I think I Emberstone one of the Root Seeds. I kind of want to Spell Chain. I think I'm going to Spell Chain the Razor Sharp Edge for health maintenance reasons. I'm just going to do this too. This really reduces my, like, top end by a good measure. This is tricky. 40. I think I'm doing almost all of my damage on the bottom floor. And then if they get out of the bottom floor, I'm, like, trying to kill them with spare Whelps and Zealots. And the 140 health guys, I think I'm often not killing on the bottom floor. I think I really need Pyre Gel to stack up to get a lot of these kills. So I'm just going to not take this and move on. Because the more I have to stress and fret about certain things, the harder it's going to be for me to collect on getting all of my board up. Okay. I just want to do this for now, and we'll save the Rail Spike. Doing a bit better damage to him than I expected. So that's good. But yeah, if he healed for 150 right there, I don't see how I would kill him with the remainder of these units. All my power is really concentrated down here. I want to finish playing all the stuff that occupies space that's not in the deck anymore, so that we can try and get a tight redraw and see if we can play Alchemy twice. There's the 1. Play the 0-costers, so this is draw 5. I have space in my hand for that. Okay, couple good hits. Okay, now we're into our redraw of the deck with 3 waves remaining. You're very enhanced. I'm going to not replay the focused growth so that it can stay frozen in hand. Get rid of all of the stuff. Okay. Calcified Ember, Alchemy. Root Seeds, Enhance, this. Root Seeds. We're drawing 8 out of 15 possible cards. Please show me Alchemy again. Didn't see it. We're not quite killing either. We're losing a lot of guys, but that's actually okay. We get to replay at least one Snotty Whelp up here. And I'm just going to prep this guy to be able to win the fight. Because Kel's going to be at, like, 200 health. Actually, if I focused growth for the Priory's Cloak, how much does that do for me? Let's do this first. Okay, so I might have to redo turn after this. Yeah, it's worse. I expected that would probably be worse. I just have to count that the I just have to trust that the Pyre Gel is going to be enough to win the fight on an upper floor. Since you really cannot cast anything into this boss. I'm not going to play the Focus Grove. No, we can play this. That is 1 card back to your discard pile for 2 cards drawn. And I should have a shitload of energy going into next turn because of all the revenge. Okay, 40 Pyre Gel on you. Looks good to me. Alchemy, that's at 6. I want the Guildmonger to be able to die if possible. Okay, Guildmonger's not dying at that rate. He's going to look crazy, but we're going to kill him on this floor. Steel Enhancer's carried through Endless. Yeah, I should kill him with Fire Starters at this point. He's going to have less than 40 health. Well, knees on you. Optimization. I really like Pyre Shards because we're sitting a big brick at the front of our line. Wild Custodian's probably unnecessary. Payoff is funny. Let me see. I think Payoff is the likeliest card here to get work done. We could probably play the Wealthy Whelp. The Wealthy Whelp does also trigger Shale Shell. Scale Shell for a moment there. This is probably the closest to adding power to our build. And I'm going to loot here even though we didn't hit the 10. Okay. Medallion or Fire's Breath. How does Medallion do for us? +6/+6 on this guy. I really like Medallion with the Zealots. Breath of Heaven. This doesn't matter much while we have the Sweepers. This is like nothing. I'm just going to skip it. I just don't like Breath of Heaven. I almost never take it. Let's see. Merchant of Trinkets or an Armory with an Alcove. I think I like the Armory, Merchant of Arms, and the Alcove here. Well, we get Bloodthirsty Blade for our Quick Sweeper. And we make the Bloodthirsty Blade deployable. There are probably some funny options we can do with the Hall of Mirrors, doubling, like, the Endless Snotty Whelp. I think that's going to be really good in the later fights. And Meat Shield is a pretty capable equipment to put on the Wilting Sapwood, I think. What do we got here? I think it's going to be Quilling Catcher. Wolo's Bloodletter instantly kills my Whelp, so I don't really want that. The front unit on a random floor. There are a lot of fights where this got like a 50-50 for hitting bosses. Quilling Catcher is 300 gold. I like Quilling Catcher. So it's probably two extra relics or artifacts by the end of the run. I always forget if these are called like relics, artifacts, trinkets, or whatever the heck else, because They're called slightly different things in every game that is essentially the same game format. Everybody needs to agree on what these are right away. Okay, I think we just bring out this, this, and turn. Man, we keep getting lucky, and it keeps... Okay, it didn't give us another Zealot here this time. Last time, it gave us the second Zealot on that row, which is pretty unfair. Biggest thing is just that we bring out Alchemy. The rest is pretty whatever. Root Seeds every time. Sneeze on you for armor. I'm going to bring out Hall of Mirrors, I think. Play it here. Doesn't matter to me too much where I put it. I want to prioritize consuming cards and cards I don't have to redraw above all else. We want to play a bigger Rail Spike. So we're still trying to dig through as many plays of Alchemy as possible. I don't want to cast into the Sap. So we'll be Root Seedsing the Endless guy here. Wealthy Whelp makes money. If I had extra space, I could play the Wealthy Whelp onto the Hall of Mirrors and make more cash. Probably should be playing the Hall of Mirrors on the top floor, where I don't have the Guildmonger in the way. Taking the Hall of Mirrors makes it likelier that I'm going to pick another size upgrade, too. We actually just sneeze on this guy until he dies, because it's really funny. Play every Root Seeds, play our Consumables. I'll go on Focused Growth, drawing 8 cards for next turn out of pool of 16, 19. We're not killing both of you. Push a bit more damage. If I can get the effect where using an ability gives bonus attack, I'm really going to be cooking with that. I don't want to play into the Shield Bearer. I want to get you out of the way. Get you consumed. Then we should be Rail Spiking. Okay. We didn't hit our Alchemy there, so we should have it next turn. There it is. Alchemizing. Don't want to play into that. Sneeze on you. We got both those kills. Sneeze on these guys. Set up this weirdly jacked Whelp. I think he's not going to die this fight, so we're probably looking at a maximum payout of 6. No Alchemy in hand, so I prefer not to end this turn. Get this Zealot up here. I want to hold this Moneymaker until I have gotten more stuff to cast. Fire Gel directly to the forehead, indeed. Starting him. I do need to make sure he's going to die. I just think I can do it with a bunch of, like, ragtag bundle of imps. And the fact that, like, he's going to have a bunch of Fire Gel on. So this Bloodthirsty Blade has been slaying up this whole time. So that's cool. Alright, I should have Alchemy in this hand, and then we'll assess what we're looking at on the boss. Looks like I get to load up the boss with Pyre Gel, and also kill him. So that's at 6. I don't need that. That won't make him die. Damn, I cannot sandbag enough. I have sub-optimized my sandbagging, so I only get 6 Dragon Horde this fight. If you can hear, their attack SFX is a chew. They make a little sneezy noise every time they attack. Awakening Thicket is one of my favorite cards from the new stuff they've done. Even without like, explicit things to play with on it, I still like it. So I will take it. Oh, Sacrificial Chamber's better. Sacrificial Chamber and Dragon's Breath are both better. We're on Ring 5. How do we feel about a Sacrificial Chamber on Ring 5? I mean, it probably lets me buy out the shop in the last ring versus Dragon's Breath, which is just a straight-up good card. Yeah, let me take the Sacrificial Chamber. I think it's a little worse, but it's hype. I like Sharpened Teeth and Hellfire Bellows are both pretty good. And I can actually play into Taskmaster's Lash. So I have a lot of opportunities to, like, jab my own Snotty Whelps and Jelly Sneeze more, which is funny. I think Hellfire Bellows is probably the pick here because of our, what's it called? Because of the Zealot stuff. Emblem of the Exiles is awesome. I love it. Emblem of the Exiles is going to get me further into the game plan of, like, the Mega Whelp. Definitely the Merchant of Steel here. There's, like, no question in my mind that it's the Merchant of Steel. I'm going to multi-strike the Tiny Zealots. I'm definitely Titan Stoning the Wilting Sapwood to take its effective health up to about 212, because it's going to get an extra +3/+3. Also, it gets 15 health per turn, and it's just goddamn crazy. Let's see. Do I want to Heartstone or Strengthstone anything? There's a distinct chance that I might want to do that. I think I like Strengthstoning the I think I like Heartstoning the Zealot, actually. I think the Pyrogel is more important than his actual attack value. So just maximizing his safety, I think, is a good move. The rest of this I'm just going to move on with. Do I reroll here? Maybe I reroll and find the Endless Guildmonger. Or, like, other Endless Snotty Whelps. Or maybe I Dualism a Snotty Whelp. Nah, okay. I was really hoping I could Dualism a Snotty Whelp. It would be hilarious. Yeah, I think I could, like, Avarice a Whelp or something. I'm just going to move on. I could do card purges, but I have... I kind of have plenty of train room. I'm not concerned about it. I have a lot of train room, a lot of draw, and a lot of energy. Go figure. I do not have a lot of champion cards in my deck, but we have a good deck. We can go flying. I'm going to search deeper. Okay, I think you always search deeper once. I don't know if I want to keep going. I can get +5/+10. I think I just put this on, like, the Shattered Shell for stats. Or the Tiny Zealot for stats. Wait, if I put it on the Tiny Zealot... No, I don't have a deployable Mirror Room, so I never Mirror Room on the first turn. But I am going to go for stats. I mean, I could just put it on the Wilting Sapwood for +10 health. It's not even bad. I'm more concerned about damage output than that. So I'm just going to put it on the Multi-Striker for +5 attack. Alright, let's make some money. I think at this point I'm probably not too concerned about this fight. So we've established a very, very powerful sweeping setup. It's only got 40 attack for now, but it's fine. I want to put this on the top floor so it draws Kale. Alright. Hall of Mirrors. This is not my Endless guy. Alchemy's the top priority play. Make sure he dies. Get those out. Get out the equipment. Same priority as usual. We want to thin our cards out as much as possible. So we can try and play that Alchemy a couple more times. See that we are not killing either of these guys in the front of the line. What if I multi-strike them a little harder? That looks like it was a good plan. Run that back again, and maybe burn you a little bit. Get him a little crispy. Um, this Whelp? Random. Oh, right. Emblem of the Exiles. Why is he all of a sudden super healthy? Ew. I'm gonna bring out double moneymakers. It's pretty funny. Okay, unfortunately, we've got everybody's favorite circumstance of this goddamn Chosen Bastion got to be fed by Kale. But this time we have a really funny answer to it. Which is that we sneezed all over this man. Just into the floor. Just get sneezed on. Loser. Also this, because it's a consume spell. Now I can push damage on the Kale. We'll put this up here. It was going to be my bottom floor room, but the Sacrificial Chamber is going to take over that duty until we get to, like, the last couple fights. I guess I scale you, make it likelier that you slay. I'm going to keep playing Root Seeds. Makes me likelier to redraw Alchemy. I love Fire Gel builds. Like, Fire Gel is such a strong mechanic in this game. Oh, just printing money. Yes! Yes! Oh, this is my Endless guy. He's in the back. I'm not too worried about finding a spot to replay him. I could worry about that. I think I keep playing Focused Growth so long as I have the energy to do so. I don't think we ever pump him up to about the 130 or 170 he would need to be at in order to get more kills. Yeah, forget about your Titan skin. It doesn't matter. Actually, maybe we can get there. Okay, didn't hit the Alchemy, but we hit a lot of things that were in our way on the route to the Alchemy. I need to start killing something so I can get the Spear Steward out of my set of cards. I don't really want it to be here. It is not contributing. We appear to be printing money, messing up the boss, and having a good old time. Just, like, this whole faction is just so good, man. I do think I probably have the most fun playing Fireborn. Fireborn and Lazarus are both really fun. Lazarus has a ton of play options. Like, you can never count Lazarus out, because they're always able to do something about the messed up scenarios you've been put into. Okay, we did get over the 170. So that's what's nice about Lazarus, and what's nice about Fireborn is that their mechanics just do a lot of goddamn work. Okay, we got to Horde 8, nice. And there's no way in hell I'm able to get to more Horde than that, because I would need my guys to die. But we can print another 80 gold in the last turn. Pretty satisfied with the way things are going. I think I take more car space, because it can let me do more, like, big mirror welt car shenanigans. Smelt the Treasure and Tome of Contracts are both really strong. So it's a spell chain Tome of Contracts that we can put onto 2 different units. And then those units will go down to a 2-turn cooldown timer instead of 1. Or I can put them both in the same unit and take it down to 1. Smelted Treasure is just like godlike survivability. Probably means that I can create a unit that will never die, even against the Titans. Yeah. I think the Tome of Contracts is win more. The Smelted Treasure is win easier. We'll loot here. I don't think I need Ember Charge. Fire's Breath is hype. We're not playing into Gnarled Root very much. I think Winged Steel is plenty good. Ancient Pyre Tap is also, like, broken, but my energy income is really crazy. I didn't get more Deployment Ember, so I can't really deploy the Mirror Room, even if I got deployable Mirror Room here. Maybe I can. Let me double check this. 5, 6, 7, 8. I would not deploy the Guildmonger if I do that. It's probably fine, if not good. Or I can get spell upgrades. What would you do with spell upgrades? We'd probably try to put Consume on more stuff so that we could, like, draw through our cards more cleanly. That's about it. This does come with an Unstable Vortex, actually. Yeah, let me run over here. And do, like, a -2 Consume on one of the Root Seeds. We don't really need that many Root Seeds. Plus 20 Consume on a Fire Starter. Do we have a double stack or spell chain payoff? I can double stack the Pyre Shards. We're gonna double stack the Smelted Treasure. That's actually really good. I can spell chain the Pyre Shards. That's okay. I could also spell chain the Focused Grove. I think that's less important. I could spell chain a Steel Enhancer. I am rich, so I do want to buy the spell chain. I guess what we play it on to is... Okay, this is an extra 4 stats, basically. It's 4 stats versus 2 stats in a card. I guess that goes to Steel Enhancer. Roll it. -1 intrinsic. There's nothing we really need to put in our first hand. The ideal upgrade for this would be Alchemy, of course, but can't. Let's see. I could do -1 intrinsic on Pyre Shards just to make sure it shows up. We already have a Lost Luggage, so intrinsic is a lot less valuable with Lost Luggage. We could lock in a holdover Root Seeds or a holdover Focused Growth. Holdover Focused Growth is like -1 energy plus 1 card draw. Meh. I think I Emberstone the Focused Growth. Then I'll get bonus power on one of the Fire Starters. And I think we're leaving. And I want to drop... I can kind of keep the Stewards because they're playable. I'm going to drop the unupgraded Fire Starter and one of the Root Seeds. Because those are always in the card rotation. Heaven's Seal is a little dangerous. The Deafening Herald is really obnoxious, but we kill it on quick on the bottom floor. So it doesn't actually inhibit us that much. We do a lot of damage on the bottom floor. The question is, can the Whelp floor kill something that moves up with about 200 health? It might. It might be able to. With the amount of Pyrogel that'll be on things, let's try it. I think we can do this. The reason to not do this is that I don't think it makes much difference in the end game. Oh, right. We have even more space here. Disputes. Top floor. I guess we're pretty flexible this round. I want to empower my multi-hitter. This should be my best odds of blowing through anything that's really big that comes in. Let me add double Zealots to the top floor. That should be good for security. And I'll add double Wealthy Whelps to suit my greed. These guys get no chance to interact, so I can cast whatever I want. That's full, so I'll play you here. And let's do this, I guess. Okay, here's our first 500 health baddie coming in. About Gladiator guy, right here. The Alchemy. So, if he gets up here, hit him pretty hard. Play both of those. I don't really want to cast into the Enthralled Ardent, right? I guess it's not too bad if I do, because we're not getting sapped. Nothing's going to kill the Wilting Sapwood. Like, I could give him 30 more attack, and it's not going to bother me. So I should be able to do this and this to bring him a little closer to death, get some Fire Gel on him beforehand. Because Guildmonger's not going to die to him either. And then cast, like, these up here. Frog. Okay, so he comes in with about 200-something health over here. Okay, so he'll have about 250 health on the top floor, so he's going to take 150 and then heal 150. I can cast into this floor. Drop that. Okay, we got him. We got him, boys. And this guy's going to be less healthy. So we should be safe for the rest of the fight. Even when we're this powerful, Heaven's Seal is just never trivial. Yeah, because even now, I haven't done enough Fire Gel work on him for him to be dying. Two waves left. Bringing a Spear Steward, which gets me an extra payoff on Fire Gel. Yeah, because I don't have the sneezes for him this time. I have one sneeze on the top floor. Going to be at about 300 health. $282. Let's see. I can't fly out the Zealot, which is my other thought for how to deal with this. But there's the damage we needed. So my Jelly Sneeze. These guys probably don't get to do enough to matter. I'm going to tune him up to kill the boss. Let me see. Give him a cool 200 armor. I do think I probably lost when Alchemy plays because I took the challenge. Well, there's an Alchemy play. Yeah, we kill a Thame on the bottom floor. I kind of figured we would. Let me see. Do I want Sandbag? So I think I can probably manage the Sandbag in a couple ways. So basically, I can sandbag this by moving the Zealot out of the floor. But it might wind up making me lose. And if I'm doing it to try and get, like, one more Dragon's Horde pull that I don't need. So payoff at 6 Dragon's Horde is probably good enough. Let's just end. Mostly I'm worried that if I move him out of there, the statue doesn't die fast enough, and it gets a Thame more revenges. She starts hitting harder, and then that becomes a problem. I could take another Pyre Shards. I think I'm not going to. I think I will take Pyre Grow, even if it gives me a dead draw turn. Make It Rain is very funny. It's very good at paying off Pyre Gel, so we'll take it. Loot this. Let me see. Fireborn's Insignia is loosely playable. I think I'm going to take Ember Charge. Because I have noticed that before my Revenge triggers were not as good. This is really great because our sweepers are dragons. Do we go to a Merchant of Steel here, or the Merchant of Magic? I could get an upgrade on the Guildmonger, we could get upgrades on the Whelps. That's all we're looking at versus looking for a room. I'm going to come over here. It's got an Empyrean Well. The Empyrean Well is probably the single strongest thing in this floor. Spark Flint is awesome. Cursed Vines is bad. Purified Soul Shards is mediocre. Re-rolling. Channel Heart does nothing. Attuned Whetstone does something. I don't like Departure Manifest. I'm very wary about Departure Manifest. I'm so concerned that it's going to overflow my starting hand. And then it's going to screw me over. Multi-Strike and Titanite. I could be pretty Goof Troop and take Multi-Strike on the Snotty Whelp, because I know I can, like, kill it, scale it, keep it going. But it's not the right unit to scale. I get so much more value out of other scaling options. I'm going to take Titan Stone on the Guildmonger. It's a pretty capable, like, off-tank unit. I mean, the rest of this, we have cash, so we're putting upgrades somewhere. So we'll just make a Spear Steward better. Put a Thornstone on the Wealthy Whelp, why not? Reroll. Dualism on our Eternal Snotty Whelp. We were kind of looking for that one. If I got Large Stone on the multi-striking guy, that'd be pretty great, but we didn't get it. I might not be able to place him if I Large Stone him, so I'm not going to do that. But we'll make him healthy, why not? Now, the duplication. I think we duplicate the Bloodthirsty Blade here, and then we can put this on our multi-striking sweeper. And at the Unstable Vortex... I'm pretty comfortable overall. Well, I think we remove the Sacrificial Chamber because this almost cannot do anything in the last two fights. It can technically fuel the Smelted Treasure, but whatever. I'm going to remove that, and I'm going to remove one of the Root Seeds. I think we can get a Dragon's Sword payout after Seraph to get more artifacts. I think that's doable. Yeah, alrighty then. So, Wilting Sapwood, the Shattered Shell, the Multi-Striking Zealot. I only get to play one of these initially because the Guildmonger. Well, somebody has to distract Seraph for the first round, I think. Actually, I'm only thinking that. That may not even be true. Like, maybe nobody needs to do that, and it's fine. Okay, I'm going to Hall of Mirrors this floor because Seraph happens to be here, and it lets me hit him with this. So enjoy your Pyre Gel 56, loser. Our Wealthy Whelp got pulled out, so we don't get to double him, but it's fine. We don't need to. Play our Alchemies. Space for more Snotty Whelps. I might go for a fast kill here. I think it might happen. I don't know why I cast it on that unit. It's fine. I probably should have cast that focus stroke too. 100 Fire Gel on Seraph immediately is pretty great. Big fan. Enhance. Taking a very tolerable amount of damage on the Wilting Sapwood. I think we don't play Make It Rain because we'd rather get the Bloodthirsty Blade Slays. and I just start pinging you for 100 damage at a time. We're going to hold the focused growth for next turn to get a meaningful heal. Went up to 80 health in no time flat. It's pretty funny. We can play the double Pyre Grow, because we just set up a lot of card draw, equip you with this. Enhance, enhance. Snotty. Right, the damage you took went up because the Terrifying Amalgam is probably getting dropped, and the Spear Steward's probably getting an attack in. Awakening Thicket. Drop this. Draw 6. Found some cool stuff. The discount from the Awoken's Rail Spike is intrinsic. It's inherent enough to the card to apply to the spell chain. I did not know that. For the heal on you, we have Smelt the Treasure options. Doesn't matter. Do I care? Sure. Those two can't die. Now go to the top floor and get sneezed on. Achoo. We're almost killing Avowed Gladiators on the first floor. I might have had it if I jelly sneezed. Alchemy again. Our growth continues to be focused. If I make it rain and Firestarter him, he might just die. We are real close. Yeah, I'm gonna sandbag a little here to try and get at least one more alchemy out, maybe 2. We're really, really safe. The energy per turn is also no slouch. Oh, we kill him on this round with random whelps. Could you not? Damn it. I just can't get the, I can't get a bigger horde. He's too dead. There's too much Pyre Gel on him. All of my really fast kills come out of Pyre Gel setups. Sharpened Teeth and Flaming Talons are both pretty good here. Let me see. Let me go Sharpened Teeth. Oh yeah, sure, that's fine. By fine, I mean it's really good. So yeah, we did get one last Horde payout. We didn't get, like, a choice of 3 relics, but we still got a pretty good relic for it. Alright, first Shardsoul run. Looking really clean. Of course, it helps that it was a Malika's run, and Malika handed me 2 really strong units. And there was a good inherent synergy between Malika's Pyre, the Shardsoul, and the Wilting Sapwood. Because I needed the extra space from the Shardsoul to be able to play this unit comfortably. Guess we got a free meat shield, that's cool. This time we don't need the Guildmonger immediately, so we can do that. Okay, sure, there we go. Make this the Hall of Mirrors, make this the Awakening Thicket. We're taking 2 hits under the Wilting Sapwood, which is good for energy, not card draw. We can cast Root Seeds twice to dampen the effects of this Pyre Grow. Go ahead and pass this up. Start scaling. I kind of want to bring in a Spear Steward. I'll just do it here. This leaves me with spot for 2 more whelps, but this floor is going to slowly die. I've got nothing to actually preserve this. Start stacking Pyre Gel on Dominion. The first Pyre Gel we put onto him is more valuable because of Sparkling Catalyst. So we want to make sure we throw at least one Pyre Gel effect at him no matter what else we're doing. Let's see. Alchemy does not matter this fight, so whether or not I cast it is pretty much cosmetic. I'll bring in these. Sneeze on you. Guess I'll bring you in up here. I could play Curses of Entry, but it will make things take longer. I also need to make sure that I'm not Curse of Entropying any of my units down to 0 attack, because at 0 they can no longer exploit Pyre Gel. Oh, that's interesting. He gets 20 max health when he comes in here, but he's endless. How's that going to work? Like, will he get the 20 health every time he shows up? Or will he forget the health if he leaves the floor? How does that work with flying units? If you put a unit in Awakening Thicket and then fly them out or descend them, do they keep the stats? These are the real questions. Cool. I see we pulled Make It Rain again. Very funny in a way that's bad for my enemies. This. Melted. Melted. So my fastest Titan kills all involve the Pyreborn, because Pyre Gel strats on Dominion are, from my experience, the fastest way to kill the bastard. I see that I can bring this guy in. Okay, he did not stick the 20 max health. It does not stay with him. Okay, Savagery's effectively dead. Entropy is almost dead. Dominion's still pretty far away. But Dominion's the only one we have to kill. I mean, a turn 5 Dominion kill would be exceptional. That would indicate that we have some frankly insane cards in our deck. Which, to be fair, we definitely do. Okay, I am making them do more damage to the Wilting Sapwood with this, which is arguably something we don't want to do. Nothing in my hand can hurt Dominion, so we'll move on. We really just want to redraw Make It Rain, and I think the next time we draw Make It Rain, it probably ends the game. Well, there's Make It Rain. Firestarter first. Nope, he's not dead yet. The rest is just like cosmetic and or funny, right? I guess I'll heal and play this out because it's like score stuff. Okay, so I think we went on turn 7. Turn 7 is really like a normal Titans kill. This is like R. This is when you want to be killing the Titans. A good run. And that was a good run. Okay. Win number 108. I mean, there's not too much to say about that win, except it was our first time playing Shardsoul, and it worked out pretty well. I hope Shardsoul does not prove to be, like, overpowered or too strong. If it is something that's so strong that it becomes a no-brainer, it would be kind of a bummer, right? Because having strong champions is a big, cool aspect of the game. If you can actually outmode champions with that event, that'd be pretty lame.